go this way. Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Achad. Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Achad. Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Achad. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chai Kodash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. I want to say peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. I was a high spirit wind Judah. And today I want to go into a live stream entitled Solomon North Effect. The Solomon North Effect from the movie 12 Years a Slave. Jacob and Esau's reality. All right, and this is something that I thought about a while ago. I thought about the movie 12 Years a Slave, right? You know, you meditate on certain things at work. Let me get this camera on me real quick. You meditate on certain things at work, all right? And one thing that you notice is that you are a different person to different people. All right, in this society, in this matrix, you appear to be a different person to different people. All right, and I thought about the movie 12 Years a Slave. All right, the author of the book 12 Years a Slave. I think he entitled it the same thing. But long story short, Solomon North was the author of the book, right? And he was basically a Jake that was born free. He was born to free parents. He was actually a farmer and a professional violinist. All right, did a little research on Wikipedia. So not only was he a professional violinist as portrayed in the movie, he was also a farmer. All right, like he owned his own land. He was a landowner. And long story short, he was offered a traveling gig as a professional violinist. All right. He ended up going to Washington, D.C., where slavery was legal. There, he was drugged and he was kidnapped and ultimately shipped down to Louisiana to be a slave for 12 years. But I thought about the movie, and I have not read the book, but I thought about the movie, all right? When he was in Washington, New York, he was a prominent figure. He was respected in this environment. He was more of an upper crust Jake. All right. He was an upper crust so-called Negro back then. He had his family intact. He had the wife. All right, the sons. You see, he had the wife, the sons. You know, he was respected in his environment. But he got shipped several states. All right, beneath where he lived. And he lived and all of a sudden, he was in another universe, another reality, a parallel universe, a twilight zone, where he was just nothing. He was a boy. He was an animal. Same country, different realities. You see, that's why I call it the Solomon North effect, because in this reality that we live in, it's as though we're down in Louisiana 200 years ago, all right, and we're just niggas. Whereas 2,000 years ago, or I say 3,000 years ago, during the time of King David, King Solomon, we were those prominent figures. We did have our family intact. We were landowners, all right? We did have chief musicians and chief singers, and we did have our architects and engineers and mighty men, all right? We're the same people that we read about when we open up, all right, the book of Kings, all right, 1st, 2nd Kings, all right? We're those same people that we read about, but we're in a different reality. Same planet, but a different world. And who we were to the world back then is total opposite of who we are to the world now. I even think about Jake interracially dating, right? There's a way that Eve looks at us, and there's the way that women from other cultures look at us, man. We're the same person, but interpreted different by differently. We interpreted differently by different people. We're the same people getting interpreted differently by different people. The Solomon North effect. Same person, you just go to a different location, and you're in a whole other reality, man. So going back to the movie. All right, going back to the movie. Yeah, when he was in the state of New York, he was that prominent landowner / professional violinist. All right, he was a part of that upper crust class. All right, in the state. All right, and long story short, he got shipped down here, and it's though he was in a parallel universe. He and nobody saw his greatness. Nobody cared about his greatness, his merits, or his talents, his ingenuity, because he had some type of engineering feat in a movie dealing with the bridge or something to that effect. It's all a blur now. But long story short, it was like, good job, and back to the fields. Oh, he could play. Check this out. He could play the violin. He played the little violin. And so, good job. Back to the fields. All right. Let me get this scripture. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the sons of Israel should be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. All right. That's that polarity. That's that duality. That in the place where it said you are not my people, we're called boy, nigger, stud. All right. The same place, America, we're gonna be called the sons of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Hey, the sons and daughters, man. Because Eve was called a nigger bitch. Eve was bent over and forced to breed with a Jake to make dominant babies, even though Eve might have already had a husband on the plantation, man. All right. Eve was experimenting on like a fucking animal, man. All right. Yeah. Eve is a mockery now, a little whorish mockery with these thrappers, these thought rappers. All right. But thrappers, as I call them. Yeah. She's definitely called not the Most High's people, but those elect sisters, man. Nah, they're gonna be called the daughters of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. The daughters of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right, let's go. Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And to put to shame was we all went into captivity. Is what they call the diaspora, and that's talking about the 12 tribes, because even when the 9 tribes came over here, all right, they were put to shame when they were conquered by the conquistadors, okay, and they were put into slavery, and their women got, well, we all know what happened. That's why so many of them look like fucking Spaniards, but they're not Spaniards. They look like fucking, a lot of them look like Edomites, so they get confused for being Edomites until they start speaking Spanish. Or especially if you're down south, you're not used to seeing, Northern Kingdom from, say, let me think of a place. It's just blurry right now, but places in South America, all right, they had a very heavy Spaniard influence. You would think that they're Spaniards or just until they start speaking Spanish, man. And they are the Northern Kingdom, but I'm just saying that's how much we've been conquered and defeated, man. Okay? But the point is, all right, it's the Solomon North effect, as I call it. It's depending on where you go, you're a different people. You're different. All right? You could walk into a restaurant, right? And it's like, oh, a nigga just walked in. You could feel that nigga cloud hovering over your head. And it's almost as though you're role playing, because Now you're in the truth, and you have a regal sense about who you are. It's like you're consenting to a script that was written out for you in this man's reality, in this man's kingdom, that you're subservient, man. All right, but you could go into a different space, especially when sometimes you go to like Elam's restaurant or whatever. It's like they're happier there, you know. Different person, I mean same person, different location, and as though, you know, you went into two different realities, man. Same thing with Eve. And one, you know, let's say you want to talk to Eve, man. You attempted to talk to Eve. Eve has everything in her that says you're insignificant, you know, or another nigga trying to holler at me. But let's say you got an Edomite chick looking at you, man. Well, they respond to you totally different in a lot of cases. That's what I call it, a Solomon North effect, because it's as though you enter into two different people's reality and they interpret you differently, man. So even on a smaller level, a microcosm, a smaller level, we're interpreted different in different people's reality, man. That's why it's good for brothers, man, not to put yourself around people, all right, that don't reinforce the narrative that you're appreciated or you have value, even if they don't know who you are. You know, don't be pursuing women that think you just, you know what I mean, just playing into this nigga script. They want you to play into the nigga script, man. All right, we're not niggas, man. All right, that's what it is, man. You know, but that's something that I want to just bring out, that Solomon North effect, man. We're playing like a slave now, man. All right, our greatness, which was recorded in the Holy Bible, all right, our greatness, our records, all right, our chronicles, all right, it was recorded in the Thararah, all right, in the Holy Scriptures, all right, in the New Testament. Our greatness, our feats, our triumphs, all right, the legends that connect us to our forefathers, man, all right, it's there. But when you look up and open your eyes and you leave the house, you're in this parallel universe, this twisted dark reality, well, you just another nigga, man. And even if you're on a job and nobody's calling you nigger, but guess what? You probably deal with microaggressions, you know, a little condescending, that condescending nature from people. You might not get the best service from, say, people in the office or whatever it may be, little slick shit, you know, or the fact that you're on a 9 to 5, nobody's saying, hey, sir, you shouldn't be here. You know, hey, ma'am, you shouldn't be here. You know, it's a Solomon North effect, man. All right, even with our women, man, a lot of our women, they suffer from this a poor self-image. A poor self-image. That's why they gotta expose their goods. All right, that's why they caked up with makeup. All right, that's why they got all these different ornaments on their face, man. Have a poor self-image. All right, they've been in captivity for so long that they just forgot who they are. All right, whoredom is a sign of low self-esteem, man. All right, seeking attention seeking, that's a very girlish, childish mindset. All right, that makes me think of a lack of a father figure, but on a greater level, you have a lack of Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai. All right, that's the father figure you really lack. All right, within our nation, you really lack Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai. So now you're seeking for attention, all right, from social media or just in person, whatever. All right, because really you don't have Yahweh in you, man. Yeah, hey, the brother said I do rental for work. They say I look like I don't even qualify to rent a vehicle. Well, I remember I used to work in a production plant, man. And when I first got on up there, I really did qualify to buy a car that I actually made every fucking day, man. All right? Because, yeah, but you know what, brother? Esau controls archetypes. You're gonna find out that humans, people, all thinking archetypes. So if you're not wearing a suit and tie every day, people are gonna naturally think you just another nigga, man. Because the average Jake has an archetype that's never been promoted. It's never been glorified. You have to look like a basketball player. You have to look like an entertainer. Now you're respected. You have to look like you got some money. But if you look like an everyday Jake, all right, then that's your archetype. And the archetype is not, it's virtually invisible because that archetype has never been put on a major platform. All right? That makes sense? The image of an everyday Israelite has never been glorified. You have to be special. You have to be special like an athlete, an entertainer, popular, or you're just virtually invisible. Or you got the other stereotype where it looks like, oh, is he a thug? You know? I've had that experience a lot. People thought that, oh, he a troublemaker. He, you know, even in the truth, you know, just how the demeanor that brothers got. You know, you come on a job, they think, oh, he must be, okay, he must, you know, he coming with the wrong energy or whatever. They just assume you from the streets. You know? Really, just the Most High gave us certain spirits, man. All right? But yeah, you're gonna find out people thinking images, man. And whatever image they're gonna judge you by whatever archetype or image that fit into their minds. That's why people come at you a certain way, and that has nothing to do with who you really are. All right? Let's see. Let me go. Let me see. Ecclesiasticus 11:5. Shalom to you. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have won the crown. And Esau is that king that's gonna sit on the ground, meaning he's gonna lose his rulership very soon. At the advent of World War III martial law, that see him, all right, and ultimately the coming of Yahweh Shai, that's a military coup. That's a military coup, man. That's Mufasa coming and killing all the other fucking hyenas and scarfing his regime, which are the heathens, and overthrowing them. And after, when the smoke clears, there's gonna be servitude on earth, and there's gonna be peace on earth. All right. But yeah, this man has created his own reality through books, paintings, all right, icons, destroying them or painting over them and painting himself as a god. And all thing you know about in history, all thing you read about in history, is this nigga's accomplishments, whether it was real or fabricated, man. So it's in the minds of all the people that us have no significance unless you're close to being like him. And that's why in Psalm 83 we refer to are his hidden people. Because one way that we're hidden is through the minds of the people. Because there's a veil put over the minds of the people that blind them from who we really are. So we're playing like a nigga in slavery. We're the Solomon Northup effect. Really a royal person out here in the field, in the modern day fields, man. Getting treated like crap, man. All right? But, you know, it's part of it. Suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you. All right? And I think it's spiritual. I speak as a man. That the book was entitled 12 Years a Slave. 12, all right? That's the number of rulership. But you know, it was 12 tribes that went into slavery. You see, the Most High deals with that number 12 because it's the number dealing with rulership. Like our patriarch, our forefather, Jacob had what, 12 sons? Then there was 12 dukes of Edom. Ishmael had 12 princes, all right? Yahweh Shai had 12 disciples, which will be 12 rulers in the next life in the kingdom, all right? So, but that 12 is 12,000 that's gonna come out of each tribe, are just gonna get delivered. So that 12, now that I'm speaking through the spirit, It means something to me. All right? But in the place where it said you are not my people, there it will be said you are the sons of the living God. Because that veil is going to be lifted up, man. And as you can see, it's already popular. It's becoming popular to be an Israelite now. All right? Seeing Jake on a job with fringes, seeing Jake at the store or Eve at the store with fringes, you know? Hey, shalom to you, brother. And you brothers and sisters who are tuning in to this live stream. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. All right? But I hope this live stream, all right, was of edification. Something I was just thinking of, you know, talking to different people and seeing how different people react to me in my personal everyday life, and seeing how different people react to the brothers. Just looking at Jake, who travels abroad, and how people treat them abroad versus how they treat them in America, you know. Then through the spirit, just thinking about how we were esteemed in the ancient world and how we're esteemed now. We're esteemed as the potter's clay. You know, we went from gold to just clay to, you know, low level in the eyes of people, but we're actually high level. We're high born, and don't you forget that. And I'm talking to you brothers and you sisters, man, through the spirit through the spirit and power of Esau'S Shai. Always renew yourself in the spirit, remembering who you are. Don't get so consumed by this society that you hang your head down low. Yeah, you might not walk around with a turban and fringes and I'm a king and, you know, demanding respect out loud from the person behind the camera. But always remember who you are, man. All right? But with that, I do hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem HaKodash. I also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wonders to the house of David the elect. Baba Baal, coming out Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Wadi Esau'S.